When you think of Dan Harmon, a lot of positive things most likely come to mind. The characters he creates for his shows are the perfect mix of quirky, relatable, and heartwarming. Some favorites that might be coming to your mind right now are Rick Sanchez, Abed Nadir, and Mr. Meeseeks. As I mentioned characters from some of Dan Harmon's shows, I bet at least one of them stuck out in your mind. As a fan of Harmon, I guarantee that you consider one or more of his characters to be particularly similar to yourself. Now, you may not realize it, but by making these connections, maybe even unintentionally, the tool of persuasion is at play. A major component of persuasion that you are most likely utilizing to create these connections is emotion. As you watch these characters develop and grow up on screen, they may experience a similar situation that you have in your life, in turn emitting emotions within you. Using these feelings of sympathy and understanding, your brain makes connections between both yourself and the fictional person on screen. In doing so, you are also exercising logic. As you view the TV show, your brain is making logical connections between your own life experiences and the experiences of the characters. The longer you watch, the more you get to know the characters and the more your brain makes these logical links. On Reddit, a website in which fans of virtually anything can connect with each other, there is a subreddit called r/community. Using this platform, fans of Harmon's show Community can discuss theories, characters, plot holes, and virtually anything else relating to the show that they want to. While Community is off the air and has been since June of 2015, there is no absence of support for the show. Every day, fans are still posting to the subreddit and discussing the show as if new episodes were still being released. One post in particular begins with a sincere thank you to Harmon, saying that they, quote, cannot say thank you enough for Abed. Abed Nadir is the character that they are referencing. He's a main character in the show and has Asperger's, a disorder that falls on the autism spectrum. Quote, I have ASD and I didn't really get to see characters like me on TV or in really many other pieces of media, writes the Reddit user. My life would have been miserable, more than it was, if I didn't find Abed. This is a perfect example of a fan using logic and emotion to connect themselves with a character. Logically, they have the same disorder as Abed, so it makes sense that they see a connection. Emotionally, Abed is going through a lot of the same things the viewer has, yet is thriving, with a big group of friends who love and support him. This creates a feeling of encouragement for the audience members who may be struggling with the same or similar issues. Not surprisingly, Dan Harmon himself sees characteristics of his own personality in the characters he writes. While creating the character Abed Nadir, he was researching symptoms of Asperger's and realized that the information was hitting close to home. Quote, I started looking up these symptoms, says Harmon, just to know what they are, and the more I looked them up, the more familiar they started to seem. He decided to meet with a doctor, and sure enough, he was diagnosed with Asperger's. Knowing this, viewers are also able to use the tool of credibility to create an even stronger bond with a particular character. Because Harmon is someone who actually has the disorder of a character he is writing, his credibility on the subject skyrockets. Someone with Asperger's is a lot more likely to enjoy seeing someone similar to them on screen, knowing that it was written by someone who knows firsthand what it is like. Dan Harmon is an amazing producer. From animated shows like Rick and Morty to live-action comedies like Community, he doesn't seem to miss. Because his shows are so amazing, they are also filled with amazing characters that are almost all relatable in some way. Fans of his shows use persuasive devices like emotion and logic to create connections between themselves and the characters on screen, in turn bringing them closer as a community.